Before I get stuck into today's video, just kind of want to explain a bit why there hasn't been any uploads recently. So I had about 2 months worth of footage on my old phone, which I usually record everything on. Screen cracked, couldn't access the phone, couldn't get any files off it, so had to send the phone away. We've kept all the storage on it, but it just means that haven't had access to it, so still haven't got the phone back. It's been a month, so I've got footage from 2 months ago for videos which I just haven't been able to get because the phone I guess broke, so haven't had a chance to do any of that. I've got heaps of footage there. I've got a good 2, 3, even 4 videos worth of footage there. It's just kind of all going to be compiled into a couple of videos, but once I get that back I'll have a few more videos. But yeah, today just going to be doing a bit of a brake upgrade on the 34. So took it to the track for the first time about 2 weeks ago. Did really well on the track, didn't have any problems engine wise. A big problem that I ran into was that the brakes, after about 2 or 3 laps, got too hot, started to get a lot of shudder through my wheels, lost my brake pedal. Obviously you know what you want when you're going full pelt down the straight, so today I'm just going to be doing a bit of an upgrade. I'll just show you what rotors I've bought. I've got some DBA rotors, I've got the T3 slotted rotors. Did a fair bit of research and just found for what I'm going to be doing, they're going to be the best use for it. So obviously making 400 horsepower at the wheels, daily driver, take to the track maybe once or twice a month. So T3s fit in perfectly. Other options I was looking at, obviously the T2 is just a model below, and then the model above that, which was a cross-drilled rotor. And after hearing a few people's opinions, apparently the cross-drill for track, when they get hot and cold, too often they tend to crack between the actual drills and slots. So you know what we want when we're paying that sort of money for a rotor. So I've got the T3s. Brake pad wise, DBA has a new pad called the XP pads. It's like the extreme performance pad, which, you know, DBA rotors probably should go with DBA pads. You know, their technology works together. I actually ended up going with Intima pads. So Intima SRs, they're a really good mix between track and I guess street driven cars. They've got a good bite, and they do have a operating temperature between 0 and 600 degrees. So right from cold, you're still going to get that bite. A lot of track pads, they will be from say 100 degrees to 800. So when they're cold, you've got bugger all brakes. So we want to have brakes when they're cold. So went with the Intimas. They've got 0 to 600. The DBAs had 0 to 550. 50 degrees difference, but you know, for what I'm going to be doing, when it does get a bit heavy on the brakes on the track, I just want to make sure they will be there the whole time and I won't get any brake fades. So that's what I've gone with. Intima SR pads, which cost me about $120 for a set of fronts, and then the rotors, which were about $250 each, I think they were. So it was somewhere between $400 and $500. But you know, my brakes, I've got the power there now. I just want to make sure I can actually stop in time. That's probably one of the most important things. You can go as fast as you want, but if you can't stop, what's the real point? So going to be doing that today. I'll just give you a quick look at what I bought. Parts will be fitting today, like I mentioned before, T3 slotted rotors, so 4000 series, and then there are 42304S, that's the model number, and that's for the 34 turbos. So there are a 310mm rotor, being the turbo models, and you can just see as well, slotted, love the look of new rotors. So I've got 2 of those for the front, and as I also said, we'll be using Intima SR pads, so they're the ultimate street and track performance pad. Good mix between the two, so you know, they look like brake pads, nothing really special going on there, but over the factory they're going to be a massive upgrade, paired with the rotors as well. Heat dispersion is going to be a lot better, looks wise as well. You know, slotted rotors look cool, big deal, but performance is what I'm mainly going for. As long as I can stop at the end of the straight, and when I'm doing a bit more kind of track work, you know, coming into corners a bit hotter, it's going to be nice to have brakes that can actually stop the car. So for now, only doing front brake upgrades, not doing anything to the rear at the moment. Further down the line, I'll probably just end up putting a set of the Intima pads on the rears and then just leave the factory rotors. Obviously most of your braking is coming from the fronts, so putting as much as I can into the fronts now. Don't want to go too overboard because then it's going to overpower the rears, and then you'll have kinds of problems when you're on the brakes and you'll start to get a bit loose, just because you've got too much kind of distribution. But yeah, probably just go with a set of Intima pads on the rear, but I've got power play locked in on February 8th, so that's a week away from now. literally 7 days from now. So it'll be a good test for me, I guess, to see how these pads hold up for the whole day, especially in the heat. It's going to be hot. It's going to be 30 to 40 degrees. And then obviously the continuous braking for the whole day will be there from 6 a.m. right through to 10 p.m. if the event runs till then. So I'm going to be there for the whole day, racing all day. Hopefully everything goes well. And yeah, it's just going to be nice to see how these brakes hold up. DBA I've used before. I know they sell quality products. Intim is a new brand for me, so it's going to be good to test them out. They're not super expensive compared to other pads. All your performance pads are going to cost that kind of price. But yeah, I've been recommended to give them a go, so see how they hold up.